So let's get back to the game. In this game, you all seen it like I seen it. LeBron James is about to be 56 years old. And he still is scoring 30-something points. He is still trying to do everything he can to keep this Lakers team in the ballgame. And every time he goes out, there is no offense. You've seen it. Russell Westbrook missed as much as he made. He missed about 14 layups tonight and made about 12, okay? It ain't gonna work. I don't care what numbers he put up. He was missing layups left and right. Regardless of the cause, which we know we ain't gonna get no calls, this is the Lakers. I don't know what it is about these refs in the Lakers. They can't stand the Lakers. You see all those missed calls? I mean, the ref was right there. They seen the ball go off the Phoenix Suns player's foot, and they said, oh, it's Phoenix Suns ball. What? Come on, bro. You looking right at the play. Stop cheating. And all the fouls, the no calls. Isaiah Thomas, the shortest person on the floor, he almost fouled out tonight. He didn't get that many fouls. Come on, ref. But anyways, I didn't even mean to go off on Brody, because Brody had an all right game. He tried too. But guess who didn't try? Isaiah Thomas. I mentioned that Isaiah Thomas was a great pickup, and I like this pickup until I seen him play tonight. And I hope this is not going forward, but how can you miss that many three-pointers and still shoot that many three-pointers? Bro, it's like going to the store and you know you're broke, but you still go anyways and try and buy something. Bro, you know you broke from three-point line. Why are you still shooting them? Take your small butt in the hole and dish it out to somebody who can make a bucket. Stop standing out there all night shooting these threes. This dude was 0 for everything tonight. 0 for everything. And I don't want to harp too much on Isaiah Thomas because he just got back in the NBA. Let's go to the other one who was 0 for everything tonight. THT. What are they doing with THT? THT used to be a going to the basket dog. Now he's out here shooting threes all night, bricking all night. He was 0 for everything. Look at this. I was texting my pop. I didn't even want to get on Twitter tonight because I knew what was going to happen. I text my pops. This was at the start of the fourth quarter. Russell Westbrook had 18 points and 10 rebounds. LeBron James had 29 points in 30 minutes. THT had 3 points in 28 minutes. You know why? Because he was 0 for everything from the three-point line. You hear me? Bro, get back in the paint. What are you doing? That is not your game. Do not try to make it your game, and do not let anybody talk to you and tell you that's your game. That is not your game. Drive to the hole. Get yourself some reverse, crazy-looking buckets. Wayne Ellington played 18 minutes, scored 3 points. DeAndre Jordan played 13 minutes, scored 1 point. He hit 1 free throw. I don't know what was going on with DJ tonight. Y'all see DJ tonight? It looked like he was time. I don't know what happened with DJ. It looked like he just showed up and didn't know he was in a basketball game. That's how he looked tonight. It was ridiculous. Isaiah Thomas played 21 minutes, scored 3 points. This is at the start of the fourth quarter. We are down by 15. We are down only 15 points. And our guys was 0 for everything. Trevor Ariza played 17 minutes, scored 11 points. Listen, why Trevor Ariza only played 17 minutes, I have no idea. But Trevor Ariza was the second best player out there to me tonight other than LeBron James. Rondo played 16 minutes, scored 0 points, and they kicked Melo out the game for complaining about a call that he should have been complaining about. I mean, they can't stand the Lakers. THT at this point, early in the fourth quarter, was 0 for 7 from 3. Guess what? I bet he still shot threes. I'm going to go to the box score. Let me go to my box score. This is just ridiculous. Let me pull him up. THT. He was 0 for 8. He shot one more three-pointer just so he could know he was still off. I could have told you that, bro. Save that three-point shot. You are off. Off, off, off. Okay? Don't shoot no more. Let's go back. Isaiah Thomas, he was 1 for 10 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3. But that's not where it ends. Guess what? Isaiah Thomas still shot, I guarantee you. Let me go back to my box score. Isaiah Thomas ended the game 1 for 11 and 0 for 6. He did the same thing THT did. Let me shoot one more time just to know for sure that I am off, off, off. And guess what, bro? Yes, you guessed it. You were off, off, off. 0 for 6. You were 0 for everything. I mean, what in the world is going on at Staples Center? Genie Bus, where is all the Gatorade or Powerade or something? These dudes need some energy. How are you 0 for everything on your home court? 0 for everything. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We were kind of still in the ball game at this point. We were down 15. That ain't nothing but a couple of threes that somebody else could make other than Isaiah Thomas and THT. And then he brought LeBron James back in. And I said, bro, you might as well keep LeBron James out. Because LeBron James can't help this. I mean, we had only one timeout, I think, left in the fourth quarter. He was calling timeout after timeout after timeout. Fizdale was like, man, these dudes, I need to get them out the game. And he's looking at his bench, and there's nobody there. Fizdale wanted to bring in somebody, but there was nobody there. Everybody is either injured or on the health and safety protocol list. What is going on with the NBA this year? It's like everybody hates the Lakers. They said, hey, if the team can't win, we going to make the refs get in. And if the refs can't get in and make them win or make the Lakers lose, and guess what? We going to put half their players on the health and safety protocol. Say they got the Omicron, Optimus Prime, some kind of variant of the COVID. NBA making up their own variants at this point, but it's only for the Lakers. But we clearly lost to a better team. We clearly lost to a better team. Listen, Monty Williams, man, he don't get credit. He got these guys playing some ball. I don't know if y'all remember DeAndre Ayton, but DeAndre Ayton didn't really stepped up. And so has JaVale McGee. Man, I miss JaVale McGee. But Laker Nation, even with all this said, we going to be all right. Because once the pieces start to fit back in and we get some continuity, we going to be right there. Right there in the playoffs with a full-fledged Lakers team, barring no injuries. And teams better watch out. I don't care if Klay come back, Kawhi come back, whoever come back. You get LeBron James with Russell Westbrook and AD and all of our healthy players, nobody on the COVID protocol list. Oh, it's open season. LeBron James is doing everything he can right now. Everything he can. He ended the game with 34 points. Russell Westbrook had 22, and LeBron James scored 34 on an efficient shooting night. He was 13 for 19 from the field at 68.4%. He was 2 for 5 from 3, that's 40%. And he made all of his free throws. Can you believe it? He was 100%. What? That cannot be right. I know he missed one. But sure enough, it shows he was 6 for 6 from the line. Westbrook was 2 for 4 from the line, which that cannot be right because I know he airballed at least one free throw. What is going on with our guys? Trevor Ariza almost airballed a free throw. Let me show the clip. Oh. Trevor Ariza just getting back. I gotta relax. Trevor Ariza was 4 from 4 from the field. That's 100%. He was 3 for 3 from 3. And he played him 17 minutes. He must be on a minutes restriction or something. Because, Lord, we needed him tonight. More than 17 minutes. Or more than 20 minutes. Sorry. He ended the game with 20 minutes. He had 12 points. He had 5 rebounds and 1 steal. Trevor Ariza is going to be a problem. I am glad he is back. And I expect this kind of play from Trevor Ariza on a night-to-night basis. We are almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We got another 3.5 weeks for AD to come back. I expect him to be well-rested, well-fed, and hopefully injury-free. We got Dwight Howard coming back, Malik Monk coming back. They can't keep him on the COVID list for long. And hopefully Kendrick Nunn will make an appearance here soon. Austin Reeves coming back. Listen, we got some guys. Avery Bradley. But Laker Nation, that's really all I got. Because the last two to the Chicago Bulls and this loss to the Phoenix Suns weren't that bad. We stayed in the fight with 7 players. We almost won the Chicago game and we got blew out at the end to the Phoenix Suns. We lost gas. Kicked Melo out the game. And it was a wrap after that. I want to talk about the pregame on Anthony Davis on his MCL sprain and his mentality heading in to rehab. Let's take a listen.
What was going on, and got good news that I, avoided surgery. So that's good, but still sucks. I'm gonna be out, for some weeks. I'm trying to get this right.
Okay.
Did you see McDaniels coming into you, or were you completely blindsided by the contact?
Yeah, I saw my peripherals, but I wasn't really looking. Because when Brian threw the pass, it's a little out, so I was reaching, to get it. And at that point, it just wasn't fast enough. Freaky play, nothing really could have got out the way.
You're walking off the court, and the cameras caught you, collapsed in the tunnel. Can you just take us back to that moment, what you were feeling?
Just throbbing, pain, and the pressure just from one end of the court all the way to the other. It just reached a point where it's tough to walk. So I had to take a break. Like I say, the first thing I did hear something pop, and the first thing I thought of was that, which I was emotional. I was just like everywhere, you know. But like I say, you know, thank God that it wasn't that. But yeah, I just needed to, like, my leg was bothering me, so I just had to drop and just, you know, take that pressure off of it.
You had already come out of that game with the ankle and tried to kind of battle through that. I'm wondering sort of how have you tried to direct your mentality into toughen out some of those things that have happened this year, and do you think there's any part of that can you can pay forward that mentality into your rehab?
Yeah, the ankle was another freaky play. I stepped on this guy on his arm, but the ankle was fine. You know, I just went to the back. They wanted to retape and make sure I can still, you know, run and make sure it wasn't swelling and stuff like that. So the ankle was fine. But with anything like me, even last year, you know, just trying to attack the rehab and get back on the floor as soon as possible. You know, obviously this won't be as long as last year. You know, I missed 12 weeks with that. So, but just thinking to myself that this is another journey, you know, of being able to mind, body, you know, right, you know, and then kind of like a mini summer, like kind of how I treated it last year, like a little mini summer within the season, to be able to get all the way right. So use this time to try to just, get all the way healthy and come back better than I were.
Anthony, how do you think this team can try to survive defensively, especially not only with you being out for this extended time, but a lot of the guys in protocols right now or some of your defensive players? Do you have any thoughts on that?
It takes a team. You know, no one guy can guard everybody. You know, communication. All our guys kind of get locked in. And it's going to take a team to beat Chicago tonight and then moving forward. You know, everyone has to be on the same page. And I think we got, you know, a lot of guys who can do that, a lot of leadership, you know, who can put us in the right position on the floor and on the bench from the coaching side to make sure we're successful. And even when we're, you know, out guys or out coaches, you know, we're still in constant communication about game plans and what we can do to win basketball games. So, you know, it just takes everyone, you know, to be able to continue to play the, you know, high-level defense that we want to play and be the defensive team that we want to be. And, you know, just waiting on guys to get back healthy, whether it's injuries or, you know, the protocols or whatever. You know, we just got to be able to stay the course.
Bill on Zoom.
AD, I might have missed this at the beginning. It was an audio issue, but just mentally, how are you kind of processing it when, like, you talked about the way last year was, and such a theme of this season has been so much about you kind of atoning for last year and the way you approach this season. Is it hard to mentally adjust to the idea of going back into rehab, or are you feeling pretty centered about it?
Mentally, I'm fine. I'm in a good space. You know, last year was a more me thing. This year was just like a freakish play. So knowing that nothing I really could have done to avoid it, I guess, keeps me in a good place. The guys in the locker room keeps me in a good place. People around me outside of basketball keep me in a good place. Great conversation with my wife about it. Kept me she's the one who keep me in a good place for real. 'Cause she's with me every day. Well, phone calls and stuff like that. But
AD is going to be back. And I hope and pray that when AD comes back, he comes in with a different mentality. One that we've seen before from somebody wearing the purple and gold. Everybody called him Kobe. But when he was on the floor, his name was Mamba. And I hope AD goes back and looks at some tape and some film on that Mamba mentality and start to realize this is bigger than you, bro. You're not just out here playing basketball. You know what I mean? You carrying a whole nation. And it's called Laker Nation. And so far, bro, you have been doing a job. So I'm going to need you to step it up when you come back. And now, I'm going to go into the post-game shits.
You want to give to the team, try to stay the course?
Just stay together. Stay together. Obviously, we know we're in a rough patch right now with guys coming back from injury, guys in and out of protocol, guys that's injured. So we'll just stay together until we come whole, or as close to whole as possible. Obviously, we got a lot of guys out right now, but I loved our fight. I thought we had a good fight tonight. We just couldn't make enough plays.
LeBron, you seem to be okay, but what happened there? Did you tweak your ankle on that one play?
I stepped on Jay Crowder's foot.
You think you're going to be all right?
Yeah, I'll be ready for next game.
LeBron, first half you guys seemingly like kind of executed the game plan stuff. Turnovers were really low, good on the glass. What kind of went wrong in the third? And I guess as a team that, Phoenix has been one of the best teams in the league this year, and this game being sort of a way to kind of see where you guys are at. Could you even use it as that?
I thought we had good moments, and we didn't have good moments at times. I thought we had some really good moments in the first half. We had some good moments in the second half as well. But when you hit a lull like that, I think they came out on a 7-0 run to start the quarter. We was able to get back into the game, and then we allowed to slip away again. So obviously, they are at full strength, and we're not. So it's hard to see where we are as a team. But I think there's points of the game where I thought we played some good basketball, and there was points where we didn't.
LeBron, I don't want to rehash discussions about your minutes necessarily, but when you're playing more center for this team, does that change the toll you feel, or how does it kind of change the composition of the minutes you're playing right now?
I only played 34 minutes, so obviously, defensive things change when I'm playing at the 5. Battling versus a lot of the bigs, but that's fine. It made no difference to me. If I'm on the floor, I got to make plays, offensively and defensively.
LeBron, the team obviously back down to 500 now. Do you feel like this is kind of a pivotal part of the season? Some games coming up, young, up and coming backcourt for San Antonio, and of course Christmas Day.
We take every game as its own challenge, and obviously we don't know where we are as far as the lineups and guys in and out. We don't know because of the protocol. So, it was definitely, great to get THT back tonight. Obviously he's been out for a while, so his rhythm was off. You can see in the game, but it's great to get another body back. So as the bodies continue to come back, hopefully we can get as close to whole as possible, in the near future.
LeBron, I want to take lines to Dan's question about the Suns removing the comparative aspect between you guys and them, considering they were the Western Conference representative in the finals last year and their record right now. How do you view them as a team that's out there in the league? Are they the team to be? Are they one of the teams to be?
In the Western Conference, you got some really good teams right now. Obviously, right now Phoenix and Golden State are just playing extremely good basketball. And for the majority of the season, they've been extremely healthy. So that definitely helps as far as the chemistry and things of that nature. And both teams pretty much brought back the same exact team. So when it comes to camaraderie and chemistry, they have that. So obviously, we want to continue to work our habits. And for me, obviously I watch basketball games on off days every day. So I'm watching, seeing what's going on in our league. But what's most important is how we can continue to get better. And what we can do, especially in this tough stretch right now.
Yeah, LeBron, kind of along those lines, to this point in the season, have you seen enough from this group when it's been as together as it has been to be like, we can get to this level, or is it still more an on-paper thing where you think that if things go right, we can get to this level?
I feel like that's a question you ask me after every game. I'll give you honest, I don't know. I don't think so. We have not, know. We have no idea what this team can be of. And when you have, Trev, who's just his second game back, no K-Nunn. I missed, a bunch of games now. AD's out. and a bunch of guys in protocol. Our head coach is out, so how can we really fully assess what we have, when we haven't been whole? I can't remember the last time, we, played the same starting lineup and had the same rotation coming off the bench. It's been a long time. So it's hard to assess that.
Just how pivotal was it when Melo got tossed for your guys' depth in the front court?
He was making a good run, but at the end of the day, he had a valid point. Obviously, you want nobody to get, you don't never want to get tossed and lose a guy, but if you look at the replay, he got hit in the ribs when he's shooting a jump shot, and the ref literally didn't call it. So, not saying it's okay to ever be tossed, but he had a point and he had a reason for it.
What do you view of the road ahead?
Yeah, I'm very optimistic. We've been through so much as a team already and still going through it as a unit. And the best part about, for me, this just thus far is just all the ups and downs, and that's the NBA season. The most important part is that we stay together, never divide, never panic, never, succumb to whatever the people on the outside of our team are saying. Just make sure that we stay close-knit and find ways to be able to stick together through whatever it is, because we're a team that don't rely on excuses. We understand the circumstance that we have in our locker room, and we got to make the best of it. As simple as that.
Russ, LeBron said earlier that it's hard to see where this team is at because there's just been so much in and out, that type of thing. Yeah, is it frustrating at all?
That's obvious. everybody knows that, but nobody cares. They want to hear that. That's just reality, because every game we get asked the same question of, hey, can you guys figure it out? Hey, but everybody obviously knows that we haven't even been able to see what our team can actually be like thus far. But we understand that. And like I just said, our job is to be able to keep our head down, stay locked in on one common goal, and that's the end of the year, winning the championship. And to do that, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, not going to be an easy road. And we understand that, and let's stay with it and continue moving forward.
So that's it, Laker Nation. That's all I got. Our next game is to who? We play on Thursday to the San Antonio Spurs. They are 12-18, and right now we are 16 for 16. In 7th place, right below the Clippers and right above Dallas. The San Antonio Spurs are in 12th place. All I'm saying is, we better win this game. Let me see if it's at home. It is at home. And then we play the Brooklyn Nets on Christmas Day, 8 p.m. to the best team in the East. And we just lost to Chicago, who is the second best team in the East. But hopefully by Christmas Day, we get some players back and we have more than 10 to rotate. Listen, Laker Nation, y'all have been a beautiful crowd, and I have been a beautiful host. Listen, tell everybody you know that Derek James hosts a podcast that's called The Film Room. And he talks about the Lakers through and through, and he's a diehard LeBron fan. Tell him. Tell your neighbors. Tell your family. Tell your friends to like, subscribe to my channel. In Laker Nation, if you know me, you know what I'm going to say. And I'm out this bitch.